What's going on, everybody? It's been a little while since I've been doing separate videos. I normally just upload Bible studies, Sunday services, but just kind of wanted to go on here. No agenda, no script, no notes, no nothing. Just share what's kind of been on my mind, kind of been in my spirit lately regarding the events going on lately in the world. And it's just kind of a conversation me to you guys that's watching, to hear your thoughts about a lot of things that maybe the church's not going to talk about. Maybe it's not the appropriate atmosphere. um I seen a commercial that was like an AI video that Donald Trump posted, um of Gaza being rebuilt to show like poor kids kind of in a war zone scenery. Then it changes all of a sudden to this, like, kind of Dubai looking scenery, rich, super nice. And you see a gold statue of Donald Trump, big gold statue of him and Netanyahu kind of splurging money, and Elon Musk splurging money. And hey, maybe it's for joking or playing or I don't know what, but I can't help to think about Nebuchadnezzar and the book of Daniel, when Nebuchadnezzar started getting a little full of himself. And as we know the story, Nebuchadnezzar, he wasn't completely opposed to God, the real true God, but he had his other agendas. And where they rose this gold statue of Nebuchadnezzar and had people worshiping it. Now, do I think Donald Trump is demanding people to worship him? No, because he's recognized God and Jesus Christ and all these different things. But I believe a lot of the stuff that keeps happening in this world, I can't help but to notice that a lot of these things look like foreshadowing. I think if Kamala had won, it would have been a foreshadowing of the Scarlet Woman and Beast of Revelation. I gave it preaching talking about it, how there's some things in there that it's you got to notice. Now Donald Trump kind of giving a foreshadowing of that as well. I voted for Donald Trump, but I do believe there's some blind followers who can see nothing wrong with what he does. I think he's doing a lot of good. Was the better candidate, but nonetheless, I believe Bible prophecy, it still has to come to pass. A lot of things are gotta happen, and this thought, I think it's perfect that I'm kind of on here right now. This thought kind of came on my mind with this whole Gaza and ceasefire. If you don't know what's going on there, they're fighting over the Gaza area. Palestinians want it. They want to be free from Israel. Israel believes it's their land. Biblically speaking, it is their land because that's where Nazareth, Bethlehem, all the areas of Jesus, that's Israel. That wasn't Palestine. Uh, Goliath wanted it. Philistines always wanted it, but nonetheless, it's the land of the Israelites. Now there is um, red heifers that are coming, and I've been hearing about these red heifers for a really long time, and I'm like, there's been no sacrifice. I haven't heard anything. I thought that these red heifers at some point, some age, they got to get sacrificed, but I haven't heard anything. So I'm like, they got to be already of age or past age. But apparently, I think there's like three of them that are still kind of didn't expire that time yet and still kind of fit what needs to happen. And as I was thinking about it, the news has been bringing back up the red heifers again, and it's crazy because I believe people think because President Trump is president that prophecy is all of a sudden going to be put on hold or put to a stop, and it is not. So this thought came to my mind: the fight in the war in Gaza is not. No one's going to stop it. Somebody has to come and bring some kind of a peace treaty. But for there to be a peace treaty, there's got to be some middle ground agreement that people have to agree on to say, okay, I'll stop, but I got to get something out of this. And right now, the Gaza Strip area, if the Palestinians gain control over it, what do the Jews really get? Okay, maybe there won't be a fight, but maybe there still will because they'll be have more land, more this. The Temple Institute, which runs the whole process of building a third temple and sacrificing the red heifers, they can't really do a whole lot, even if the red heifer, is good to go, because the Temple Mount is currently taken over by the Muslims with the Rock of Dome of the Rock, or whatever, Rock of the Dome. Um, they have their temple there. So this thought crossed my mind. What if somebody, more than likely the Antichrist or the false prophet or someone who makes the way for him, what if he um creates a deal? We give you Gaza to the Palestinians, give us the Temple Mount to the Jews. You get what you want, we get what we want. Technically, Temple Mount is Israel land, anyways. Let the Jews have their temple. Let the Muslims, Palestinians, let them have Gaza, which is Bethlehem, Nazareth, biblical sites. They both get to get a portion of biblical sites. I believe that might be the thing that causes the peace treaty and to prepare the way for the Antichrist. And because if not, if they go to war, this is the other side to this. If they go to war for all this stuff, Iran will get involved, which is ancient Persia. The prophet Daniel talks about Persia. So you start looking at some of these things and you see something biblical, something of huge proportions is coming. And us as a church, we got to be praying a lot. So the Lord reveals things, reveals ways for us to get ready and prepare. I'm a prepper. I stock up on food, water. Telling you about my background, I'm a prepper. Um, but I'm a biblical prepper. I put my faith in Jesus. I put my faith on the Lord. The Lord will sustain and He'll protect His people. We do our due diligence, just as Noah did, just as Joseph did. We prepare. But my spirit has never settled completely, even with Donald Trump winning, of like, oh yeah, everything's gonna be good these next 4 years. Nah, I don't think so. I prophesied to my church that I believe that war is coming. War is still coming. World War III is still coming. And I believe it will happen in this term. I think it's inevitable. And if it does not happen, that means peace is coming. And if peace comes, beware. Because Second Thessalonians says, when they say peace and security, then comes sudden destruction. Now, somebody's pulling the strings out in the Middle East. If Donald Trump pulls this off, that means there's somebody out there who has gained influence with both parties, has the respect of both parties. It makes you start to really wonder who's out there, who's he speaking to? That a biblical war going on for so long, somebody can come in and do it. And now some people may say Donald Trump is the Antichrist. He does not fit the narrative description. He doesn't fit anything. Is he? I believe is he a help to Christians? Yes. Could he also be preparing the way for the Antichrist? I do think so. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but I do think so. But it doesn't matter whether it's him or somebody else. It was going to happen anyways. But I just wanted a couple minutes to kind of share that thought because I don't want to forget about it and see what you guys' thoughts on about these events, things that's going on, and think I'm gonna try to do these once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks, just sharing my thoughts on world events and how it ties to Bible prophecies, not a Bible study, not a preaching or a teacher, and just sharing what my thoughts are, sharing what my spirit is, and just kind of coming on here and just kind of talking and venting, and taking the pastor title, put it to the side, and just as a Christian person, say, hey, well, what are my concerns, and share it and talk it with you guys. That way, we go preparing together. We go searching the word, praying and testing the spirits and see what the spirit of the Lord is saying. And because we can't really have conversations like this in a church setting. So why not on here? Why not on here? Realize that um because I would say for America, things are not looking so bad for Christians now. But what's gonna happen after these 4 years are up? We gotta start thinking ahead if we have especially if we have kids, you know. And but definitely my eyes have really been a lot on that, and just been feeling in my spirit to pay attention a lot to Iran. Pay a lot attention to Iran. But that's it. Don't I have a lot of other things on my mind, but just wanted to come in here and just a conversation. If you guys like this, just having a conversation, sharing my thoughts, just letting me know in the comments, and maybe next time it'll be live. We'll go live and we can just kind of talk in the chat and have a conversation, talk about end time events. It's always been my passion to talk about end time things because every preacher in the word, every apostle, everybody in the word always talked about end times from Genesis to Revelation. So we should always talk about it. Amen. All right, guys. That's all I got. God bless you guys.